So there's a recent debacle with Persona 5 that I want to give my comments on because it's actually quite interesting. Basically what happens is Persona 5 is going to have streaming policies on spoiler content. Since this is a story-heavy game, of course they're going to make these policies.
No major story spoilers, and I'll leave that up to your good judgment. If you need some guidelines, avoid showing or spoiling the ending segments of while you can show initial interactions with avoid his and that whole deal about also, don't post anything about a certain.
Do you know why I censored that? Because that is one hell of a tease. If you uncover what's behind that censor bar, the one who owns Persona 5 would go, oh, okay, I won't spoil it. But the ones who don't own Persona 5 would go, what's going on in those events? I wonder what. So for those of you who own Persona 5 and want to avoid story spoilers, do not click any links in the description. I provide them just for citations, just in case if you don't believe me or if you don't even care to get the game spoiled. And don't worry, this video is going to be absolutely spoiler-free. I hope that the comment section can return the same courtesy. If you break the stream policies, you're gonna risk content ID or worse, a channel strike or account suspension. Jesus freaking Christ. Look, I hate assholes who spoil certain parts of anime like or games like, but at least a channel suspension is better than a channel takedown? So what do I think about all of this? Well, I'm gonna make this very clear. I completely understand where Atlus is coming from. I really do. I don't want certain plot points from certain video games to be spoiled, especially on this heavy story-based game. But the problem is the effectiveness of this method. Do you think this is an effective method to prevent spoilers from Persona 5 to the mass consumers? I get bombarded with Persona 5 news, and yet I don't know a single thing about the game. I don't even know what's the plot of it. Do you know how I avoid the spoilers for the new episodes of I avoid anyone or anything mentioning it. That's it. I avoid any sort of contact or anyone even mentioning this. I would shut myself down in a cave or turn my internet off just for the sake of not having things to be spoiled. Yes, the internet is filled with spoilers, one more attractive than the other, but you have the choice and the ability to avoid them. The only question is whether or not you're willing to try. There was a time in which I cannot play Deus Ex Human Revolution because the PC that I got was garbage. So I avoid anybody talking about this game. I avoid reviews of the game, I avoid spoiler parts of the game, and then I got a better computer and I played the game. It didn't ruin my experience because I was actively avoiding the spoilers for this game. You can avoid spoilers if you try and you try hard enough. There are anime that I want to watch like that I don't want to be spoiled. So I'm going to avoid people talking about this anime as much as possible. And even if you block out the spoilers on YouTube videos, that doesn't prevent anyone in forums to tell people what the core parts of the game is. That also doesn't prevent Wikipedia to write synopses that contain the core parts of the story. What about walkthroughs? They will in some form of way contain spoilers on the game. What if you get stuck in one part of the game and you want to find a solution, but that solution requires you to talk about specific parts of the story? How about ending guides? Hello? This is not a good solution for this, Atlus. I understand that you don't want the game to be spoiled. I really do. But that's not the best solution to combat this. That only ends up hurting streamers and in some ways also hurting gamers. Now, the next argument that people use is that spoiling the game will discourage people from buying the game. Well, ask yourself this. If you truly want a certain video game but you couldn't get it, would you shut yourself away from any sort of interaction regarding this game or watch someone else play the game? If I want a game, I wouldn't watch someone play it, even on the intro, because that would ruin my own experience. To this day, I haven't played, and I really want to play it. And one way for me to work this out is to not watch even the first part of that game's walkthrough. However, just because I don't want to watch someone else play the game doesn't mean that I would say, hey, Radbrat, your channel should be suspended for spoiling a game. There are people who enjoy his walkthroughs. Why should I tamper on his channel because he spoiled the game? There are lots of reasons why people watch walkthroughs or let's plays of video games. Maybe because they can't play it, because they can't buy the game. Maybe because they want to see how other endings go without playing the game all over again just to get it. Maybe because they want to see people's reactions when playing the game. Maybe because the Let's Player is entertaining. If you truly want to play a video game, you would do the best that you could do to make sure that your experience isn't spoiled. If you watch someone play the game and you say, oh, that makes me don't want to buy the game, that makes me question of whether or not you want to buy the game in the first place. My point is, this is a really damn stupid way of preventing spoilers from getting into the game. They put spoilers on Wikipedia. They put spoilers on Wikia. They put spoilers on forums. They put spoilers everywhere. This isn't effective, and it's only going to damage more and more people. I heard that this is temporary, which is good, but still, the only way for people to truly avoid spoilers is depending entirely on whether or not the consumers want to spoil the game for themselves, as in, you have control of what kind of things that you want to spoil. There's a reason why we have spoiler warnings, okay?
Oops, spoilers.
Now, there are, of course, going to be times in which you actively avoid spoilers, but something or someone just ruins it. I want you to comment down below that one time you actively avoid spoilers of something, but something or someone just ruined it for you. Give me just one example. Comment this so that other people can learn how to avoid as many spoilers as possible. The world of the internet is filled with it. You can avoid it, so tell others how to do so. Atlas, I understand why you do this, but this is not effective at all. Before we end this video, huge thanks to Jason, Rickard Hilblum, Joel Tinsley, and Gizmo Hibiki for the pledges on Patreon. You guys are amazing. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead, click the like button, and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.